tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama, I tell your papa too. I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you that I need you. I need you every day. You'll get weary of my touch, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I want you. I wanna let you know, oh, you're the only one for me, no one else.
Good morning everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to a brand new weekly vlog. My name's Brandy. If you are new, if you're not new, I love you. If you are new, I love you too. I had mentioned briefly in the last vlog that we will be doing a giveaway in this vlog, and we will. So I just wanted to show you guys those items. We can get that out of the way and move forward with the vlog. All of these items are from a brand called Kiehl. Kiehl is a fashionable online website that specializes in fashion. This is the first dress that I'm going to be giving away. It is a really long floral springtime dress. Really, really cute. It is in the size large. So it's an oversized down to the ground situation, which I think someone will really love. It's just a bit too girly for me. You guys know I am girly, but I'm not girly. It also comes with a waist tie. So you can put this around your waist, or you can let it to cinch it, or you can wear it flowy and do this as a headband or something, however you like. The next item is this really cute, I think this is really cute, if you want to dress your office attire up, white top with these jewels and stuff on it, and it goes all the way down in the front. I think that's so cute. Long sleeve, it has little ruffles on the bottom. The neck is a little ruffly. I actually really like this. I just think it's too small for me, so I wouldn't wear it. I don't wear tight tops. It's either a crop top or a tube, something like summer wear, or oversized top for me. I don't wear tight stuff. And this is also in a size large, but this is a small large, if that makes sense. This is a really nice springtime top here. Let's start this here. This is also in the size large. I really liked this. This is something that I would have definitely worn in the spring to work if it was large enough. This is a large, but it's not large enough for me. It's really thin material, comes with that little bow right there. So cute, long sleeve top. And then it comes with something to wear under it. So, so it's not too sheer. And then we have a pair of denim here. These denim are in the size, I think I got everything in large. So this is a size large denim. These are really cute. I would actually wear these for sure, but they are not long enough for me. They have these really cute detail down the line here, and then they're wide leg at the bottom, and then they're cinched at the waist. So these are actually really cute, but they're too short for me, so I can't wear them. So those. And then the last item is another pair of denim. Now, these are like artsy, very like dirty looking jeans. So yeah, they have a elastic waist. They have pockets in the front. They have no pockets in the back. They're wide leg. So this is for like your artsy person who wants to like dress cool and urban. So those are the items: 2 pair of jeans, 2 tops, and 1 dress, all from Style We. Shout out to Style We for sending me these items over. It's unfortunate that they don't fit me, so I decided to give them to someone else to put them to good use. So still give a huge shout out to Style We for their partnership, and I'm really happy that someone else gets to enjoy those items. Rules for the giveaway is going to be: go to my last reel on Instagram, leave a comment, let me know which one of these items you like the most. I'm not separately sending them out, so whoever wins is gonna win all of them. But in order to enter the giveaway, I wanna know which item you like the most. Hashtag StyleWe. And you have to be following me on Instagram and subscribe to me here. I'm gonna pick a winner in the next vlog, and we're gonna get that out to them. Just a reminder, if you get any notifications or messages from anyone on Instagram saying that they're working for me or that they need any additional information, that is not true. That is not me. You do not need to provide any additional information. I am not going to reach out to you on Instagram before announcing it here. So good luck, and I can't wait to pick a winner. So last week's vlog was so cute. There's so many questions that you guys asked me, and I wanted to just like take a moment, first of all, to thank all of you for your continued support in this journey that I'm on. I mean, it just means so much to me that you guys just continue to support me, continue to show up. And I remember a few weeks ago, someone had mentioned, like, I love watching your content, and I've been here since the beginning, but you never answer my questions. I want to apologize for not answering all of the questions. Sometimes I intend to answer a question and then I realize like some of the questions just require more attention. And I really want to incorporate them into videos, and I really want to make sure I give it a spotlight because it's a big, big question. And for whatever reason, I get lost in the sauce of the week, and somehow it gets beyond me. So this week, I want to be very intentional about answering a few of your questions. Just get right into it. This first question comes from Miss Black 927. Shout out to Miss Black 927. Hey Brandy, my Capricorn says you truly inspire me to shake off the blues every time you upload a video. I always wonder, how do you get to that place of joy? Being single, living alone myself, I find myself down a lot, but at the same time, I love my tranquility. Also, I have to work myself up to dealing with folks because I pick up all energy, good and bad, and it stays with me. I can't help the way God made me. However, I truly want to get to the place where you are, the joy and the peace within. Like, what steps did you take? Also, how do you stay in the place without allowing things to bring you back to the place of blues? Girl, this question is so good. I could not answer it. I just needed to record. First of all, I will say that our feelings are always going to be valid. And I think that experiencing blues or down or sadness or all of those feelings associated with it really have a purpose. They really have a purpose in how you experience your happiness and your joy. We're in this place in life where everyone's talking about control of the mind. If you think this way, things will be. And manifestation. And it's like, okay, yes, manifestation can be real. Manifestation is real. But how do you silence your feelings? And even if you do silence like your thoughts, the physical sensation of feeling sad or feeling depressed or feeling blue, that's a real feeling that doesn't communicate through like words. You know, you just feel it in your body. And how do you actually handle that, right? So what I will say helps me, because believe it or not, I do feel sad. I do get down, and I try to think about what I've already accomplished You know, I try to think about that. And then also like how I'm able to like step over that and choose happiness. A lot of times I just remember that like I'm the only one here of me. You know what I mean? Like the people who made me are no longer here. You know what I mean? The person who raised me is no longer here. You know, a lot of my friends that I grew up with, a lot of the trans girls that I transitioned with back in the day, they're no longer here. And the ones that are here, they're in bad situations because of bad choices, you know, and you know, whether that's drug addiction or, you know, like the way of the world with the girls, you know. And so I reflect on that a lot of times, and I just remember like I must be chosen for something. You know what I mean? Like I must be chosen for something. My mother's not here, my father's not here, my grandmother's not here. You know, it's like my mother and my grandmother were the sort of, that was my upbringing. You know what I mean? And a lot of my family members that are also that brought me up, they're no longer here. Everyone's gone. And so I just see life every day as an opportunity to live. And I really do have in the front of my mind that this could be my last day. You never know. You never know what's happening. We see things happen all the time to people. Walking down the street, you can get hit by, you know, there's a lot of things that happens that are out of our control, and this could very well be my last day. And so if it is my last day, I don't want it to be a sad day, you know. And yes, I'm human, so sometimes that spirals back to, you know, sometimes the sadness overtakes you. You know, like things happen to me all the time, and I wish that I had the mentality to say, you know what, I'm not going to think about that, because I can say that all I want and I can keep telling my brain don't think about that, but I feel it. You know what I mean? So my advice will be accept your feelings, accept the sadness and the blues, understand that it is temporary, you know, and try to find something to reflect on that will give you hope and positivity. It might not be as extreme as mine, but I'm sure there's something that you can look back on and say, you know what? I'm here for a purpose, for a reason, you know? And I would say that that is a good place to start. Peace, you know, I don't know what peace is, to be quite honest with you. And I think maybe my gift is making it look like I'm peace, like I have peace. Because in full transparency, I don't think I know what peace is. I've never, you know, I don't go to bed at night and sleep well thinking like, oh, everything's okay. I don't have that. You know, I go to sleep at night thinking about the next day or thinking about how I can do something better. You know, I'm just always trying to be better at life than I was yesterday, the day before. And maybe peace is something that comes later in life. I always say at this point in life, it's about hustle, and especially like if you're not born privileged with like born into money, if you're not born into money or have like opportunities that make you breathe easy and sleep good at night, then I think most people right here in this point of life have a moment of like, how do I get better? How do I get to this place? And I don't think that that's peaceful, but I will say exploring and like, I don't know, like putting love out there definitely helps me to feel a little more like at ease. I hear the single part, that's a big deal. And I think, and thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people are so ashamed to say, hey, I'm single and it makes me feel sad. It gives me the blues. It makes me depressed, but I do like being alone. I question that a lot because I used to be such a relationship person. Like I needed a relationship. And I look back at that and I realize how broken I was as a person. So the trade-off has been being single and living alone has helped me grow as a human and like in my own life. It helped me to learn to love myself, because you realize once you are codependent that you really don't love yourself. You want someone else to love you so that you can love you. And then you end up loving yourself the way that they love you. So when they stop loving you, you also kind of like stop loving you. That's why like people are feeling like kind of like, at the end of relationships, they're thinking about all these things. So that was a really big wake up call for me after my last relationship, which has been years ago. I realized that like I was mature enough to understand that I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. And I spent the last few years just really developing myself, my heart, you know, how I show up for myself in my life, how I love myself, and I would ask you to question yourself, how do you show love to yourself? You know, like, and how do you acknowledge yourself? So these are things that I've learned, and these are things that I think being single will teach you. But the tranquility part that you mentioned, what is tranquility? Like quietness, like just zen? I don't really desire that too much. I you know, I have 2 dogs, because if it's too quiet and it's too zen, I'm like, that will depress me. You know, but explore your love in different ways, you know, like I have my 2 dogs and I love them to death. And that is an outlet of love for me. And yeah, I guess that's how I stay happy. But I do choose positivity over negativity. That part of the question is accurate. I will 100% choose to be positive over negative in most situations, because that's a choice you make, and that choice and the action that follows that choice really manifests what's to come. So great question. Thank you for, and what I will say, Capricorn sis, is we as Capricorns are overthinkers. We overthink so much. We will think ourselves into a hole and bury ourselves in it if we could. There is a logical side of Capricorns too. We're always watching the clock and we always want to be perfect. So I would say, you know, really just allow yourself to live in the moment a little more, step back from what should happen or how things should be and being so perfect, and just really let yourself breathe and live in the moment and have some fun. That has really helped me a lot. Capricorns can sometimes feel like you're on the clock, you know, like I wake up at 8 o'clock, I gotta go to the gym at 9 o'clock, I have to have my coffee at 9:45, I have to have lunch at 1, you know, like these things really restrict us, and it kind of puts us in like this box or this prison of like a timeline. And if you can get to the place of just like living, even if it's on your days off, you know, like just living your life and however it comes throughout the day, I think that'll be super helpful. Now, I am not the best at that, but I do it sometimes and I know that it helps. So shout out to you. Thanks for your question. I really appreciate it. This next question is from Chili 4854. Hi Chili, welcome to the vlog. Chili touched on something that I feel like I be opening up about, that I open up about sometimes, and I feel like most people don't open up about this. I've never heard it from the perspective of like, oh, that's, I identify with that in that way. So Chili said, fear has been on me heavy the past few years, which has stopped me from showing up socially. Things that used to be a no-brainer to do has been crippling to do. I realize it's anticipatory anxiety. I anticipate outings, things I have to do, and then fear creeps in, and it's downhill from there. Therapy is helping and breaking down certain moments from my childhood, the present, and it has helped a ton. It's wild to think that what was once so easy to do is so foreign to me. I blame COVID. Laugh out loud. It's been tough going back to society after the lockdown and working from home. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. You're amazing. Much love from SC. Much love to you too, babe. Much love to you too. Yeah, 100%. You are accurate. I have literally physical anxiety. Now, you know, it's so funny. I talk about this now openly, but when I'm in the presence of a man and he's talking to me, looking me straight in my face, I get so anxious. I can't even look at him. You know, I'm like, I'm going crazy in my face. You know what I mean? And like, that is not something that I've ever struggled with. I used to look a man straight in the face and have a straight on conversation, whether he knows the tea or not, whether he clocks the tea or not. I used to lock in so much with a man in a one-on-one conversation, just like on a normal day-to-day, that the moment he clocks me, I see it in his eyes. Do you know what I mean? Now I have this fear of it. Listen, I don't know what this is, how this fear that we are experiencing has crept in. Maybe it's COVID. Maybe it's just the way of the world. Maybe it has been like, just like the uncertainty of life. I don't know. But what I do know is it is debilitating. And people like you and I have to speak out about this more, because this is something that has to be more common than you and I. How do you just accept that things are going to be okay? I can't do that. You know, I want to say, you know what? No matter what comes my way, it'll be fine. No matter what comes my way, it'll be fine. But there's always something in the back of your mind saying, what if not? What if this? What if that? You know? And that triggers that, again, that physical reaction to an emotion, and it's a sensation, and it will bog you down. So yeah, I identify with that so much. Let me get back to the question. Well, it wasn't really a question, it was just like you talking about it. So yeah, I identify with that so much, and I thank you so much for sharing that. So for me, I don't necessarily have the same experience with it in terms of doing something because of COVID. I feel like, if anything, my fear isn't about like socializing. I think with a man, yes, but like in terms of like going to like have drinks or like going out, I don't really have that anymore. My fear because of COVID is feeling like, and it's so funny because during COVID, I feel like I had a break in life and it was so good. And I had never had a break in life. So for me, it was like, oh, this is great, you know? But there was a lot of consequences that came with that too. And I think that has given me a little fear, you know, realizing that like, hey, I have responsibilities, and like if things were to crash down, then how would I survive? And going back to my answer in the last question, I don't have family members to fall back on or rely on. So if my life crashes, then I'm in it alone. So that gives me a really, really big fear in life. I don't think it's normal to be living this life at this time. Think about it. I cannot call my mom and say, hey mom, like these are my blues. Like, what's your advice? How do you survive it? You know, I'm actually older than my mother ever lived to be, you know? And my grandmother lived to be 94, 93. She died when I was right at the beginning of my adulthood, a pivotal time in my adulthood. And I can't call anyone and ask, you know, for support or speak to. So I am very fearful of like, and also growing old. I'm like, what am I going to do when I get old? And I think about this all the time because it's like, I don't have kids. Usually, you know, in situations, you know, your family will, you know, grow up and take care of you and make decisions for you and stuff like that. But like, I don't have that, you know? So like, what's going to happen in my life? So it makes me just want to, and it kicks into my working hard. Like I just want to work hard and like save or have a big break one day where I can like afford to like make choices for my later life by myself, because I don't have anyone to do that for me. And then not being able to get ahead ever is just like, oh my God, what is going to happen? So I totally agree with you on fear. I think fear is like, it's our enemy and we have to find a way to defeat it. Don't give up and don't stop trying. And maybe force yourself to go out sometimes. You're not alone, and yeah, but don't lose hope and don't stop trying. All right, guys. Okay, so much for those questions. I really, really appreciate it. All right, guys, we've made it to China. Where are we? Chinatown now? Walking through Soho to Tribeca. Literally, it's a 5-minute walk, 7-minute walk, but you go through all three of those parts of the city in that quick. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? I love New York City so much. I'm telling you, it is a hard place to live. It's not easy, but it's so fulfilling, especially as a single person. I don't know how like okay I would be if I lived like somewhere like kind of rural or where there wasn't a lot going on as a single person. Whew. I hear people talking all the time about New York and they're like, you know, New York is this, New York is that. Yeah, it's very hard, but I think as much as it beats you up, it also provides like other types of support for you. And it's just so much going on all the time. And you got to like be in sort of like the same space as all different types of people. And I think that helps with like your dreaming. You know what I mean? Like that would help someone who feels like, oh, you know, I can't do this. New York helps you say, no, I actually can do that. But yeah, we're walking to work. It's cold. The weather is back and forth. It was hot. It was cold. It was hot. It was cold. Whew. One thing about this camera, child, people, when I edit back, I'm looking at people and they're just like looking. But I'm gonna get my content, honey, no matter what. No matter what. Okay, so as we head into work, I just want to say, have a good day. I said my prayers this morning, honey. I got on my knees and I said, every evil thing that's coming against me, every attack on my spirit is rebuked. Rebuked. Yeah. Pray that thing all. Hey y'all, I just got home from work. Long day. I went to the grocery store to pick up just a few things. Summer's hungry. I didn't feed them this morning because, again, she had the runs. I don't know what they're eating. Oh, you know what? You know what it is? I started giving them these vitamins from Dog is Human. I know, Pumpkin. And I think I gave them a whole one, and I should probably just be giving them a little tiny bit at a time. But I'm gonna wait and let that clear up. The one thing about having dogs that you cook for is that anytime you change their diet, it's going to affect their stomach. It's just gonna happen that way. It's really sad though. It's really sad. Ugh. Anyway, happy Tuesday. What a great day. I'm tired. I'm getting ready. Wait, Summer. Wait. Look at this girl, y'all. What is it? What? I know, she's ready. The food's right here. I just gave them some tuna and white rice warmed up. So I'm just waiting for it to cool off. It's literally too hot for them to eat right now. So I'm going to give them that food in about 5 minutes. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to watch a vlog, find myself something to eat. And then I'm going to bed. I got another long day tomorrow. But one thing I did this morning, I wanted to share with you guys as I prayed. I got on my knees and I prayed. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I prayed for a good day. I bound the spirit of the enemy this morning in my life, honey. And the emotion was on me, but honey, it did not manifest. So keep praying on your day. You know what? That's what's missing. I always notice when I don't pray at the beginning of my day. I always notice it. And I don't know how I keep... Like, I gotta just pray every morning. That's really all I have to do, and my life will be everything that I want it to be. Look at that. That's some good hair right there. Not to get off track, but that is some good hair today. Leave me a comment if you love the hair, honey. Leave a black heart for this hair. Hi, I came last night and bought 2 boxes of the 3 packs of frozen rice and the jasmine rice, and they have like, I don't know what it is, but there's like black particles in the bags. But I wouldn't have saw that because it was in the boxes, you know what I mean? So when I got home and took them out of the boxes, I saw that. So what should I do? Can I bring them back? I don't know if there's a way to tell if it's in the other boxes without opening them. So I don't know if I could just... I would...
You could just come in and bring in the items, and then we could refund you, or you could get new ones. It's up to you, but just bring the items in and explain it to a mate, and they will refund it to you, or they exchange it, or you could get another one.
Okay. So Yeah, so I had the first bag. It's a box of 3. One of them I put it in the microwave and then I didn't notice it until I opened it. So that one's in the trash, but I can bring 5 of them back.
No, yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. What is today? Friday. It's been a hell of a week. In a good way. I've just been like, the weather has been nice, but ciao. I need consistency. You guys, I told you guys, I'm all about consistency. And I am not getting consistency with this weather. One day it's ice cold, one day it's hot. Yesterday was hot and humid and raining. Oh my God, no. Hold on. Yeah, yesterday was hot, humid, and raining. Today is hot, humid, and raining. My hair is an absolute disaster. Breathe, Brandy, breathe, Brandy. You think it gets easier as you become an adult and get older and start really adulting? It does not, honey. It does not get easier. No, ma'am. Shout out to the good sis, Miss Peyton. She posted her situation on Instagram the other day, and I think all of the PayPals were in tears because we were so happy genuinely we love Peyton and was so happy to see her so happy. And now to see what she's going through, I'm like, damn. But these ain't. These ain't. No, they not. No, they are not. Trust me. As a trans woman, I've seen these men, honey. I've seen them. They ain't. No, ma'am. Still to this day, they're in my DMs on everything. Like, these men are not. Nope. And it'd be the best of the best. It'd be the ones that be, fully committed, married. Like, they are terrible. Nope. And there's no excuse for carrying on 2 relationships or cheating. There's no excuse for that. Not a one. If you need to cheat, you need to leave. Or if you're in a relationship and you want to go to another one, then you need to talk about it. I just think like being honest and upfront is what they're not. They lack that, And it's crazy because we look to men to be strength. We look at men and we think, oh, the protector, the provider, all of these things, and they're not. They are so weak. They're so weak that they cannot be honest with people when they're in control of a relationship or when they have someone's hearts in their hands. Like, they can't even be honest because you know why? That takes strength. That takes courage to look someone who loves you in the eye and say to them, I am no longer invested in this relationship. I no longer have the same feelings for you. I need to leave this relationship, and that's my decision. That takes courage. If you've ever been in that situation, you know what I'm talking about. And men, for the most part, are not strong enough to have those conversations. So that does not make you strong. That makes you weak, sir. Yeah. Or, like, I think most women respect the fact that a man can be just upfront. You know what I mean? Like, there are also situations that happen sometimes that are, like, just that's the situation where I feel like men can be like, hey, listen, this is a situation that, I've found myself in, and I want to lay it all out there to you while I work this out and allow her to make the choices to support you or not. But like, just like lying and like being two-faced, like that's just like, that's some evil work. That's some evil work. And I'm not talking about painting situations specifically. I'm talking about generally. Generally, men are not it. To all of the ladies who have a stand-up husband or man, I'm happy for you. We all want that. We all keep hope for that. We know that sometimes that is what it is. But yeah, looking kind of terrible out here. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think that men are strong at all. I think men are egotistical and they're consumed with fear. I think a lot of the actions that men do are fear-based. It's like they're like in a protection response sort of mechanism because of their fear and image. Hold on. I gotta finish my smoothie, honey. Dates, banana, vitamin D, all that stuff. Yeah, and image. You know, a lot of things men do is this whole image thing, especially black men, where it's like how homophobic and transphobic they can be. Do you really think, like in my opinion, I really don't think that men care that much about it. And I know that for a fact because I'm who I am and I've seen, hold on, I'm gonna stop. And I know that for a fact because I'm who I am and I've been in situations and I'm on the receiving end of those like things. So I really know that they don't really care. In fact, they love it, to be honest with you. But the world and its perceptions and its imagery and its image crisis place a lot of weight on black men to be a certain type of person. And if you're not a certain type of person, then you are another type of person. And there's no in between. Yeah, I gotta go back to Trader Joe's. I bought some rice yesterday for the dogs, and it is literally has black particles inside of it. I was gagging because, like, girl, they just went up on prices and like this. Let me show y'all. I'm taking all the price back. They just went up on prices and it's like, look at this. Black stuff in the rice bags. Look at that. I was like, what is that? And it's like all throughout. So it appears to me that when they were making it, maybe it's mold. I don't know. We're gonna take all of that back, honey. I mean, food just went up. Like, once you see something like that, you cannot buy it again because it's like, what happened? What happened? That's what happens when things are, I don't know why I get this camera and I start walking around so much. Let me sit my butt down. I feel like that's what happened when you get processed food, you know, like it's just processed. So yeah, I'm going to be taking that back. I decided to get that rice the other day because it was like easier to just put it in the microwave. It's a really good rice, but it was easier to just put it in the microwave for the dogs for 3 minutes and then it just cooks. And it's just like quick. You don't have to cook like the whole thing with the water and the pot. And oh, I hate doing that. But it seems like I'm back to that. So guys, I don't know where we are in the vlog. Today's Friday. And we have not gotten much done today. So don't forget that we have the giveaway coming up. The giveaway, all you need to do is leave a comment on my last reel on Instagram. Be following me there and subscribe here. I will announce the winner here next week. So good luck to you guys. I'm looking forward to that reel going up. And yeah, we'll announce the winner soon. So excited to pick one. And I want to do more giveaways and stuff. I just have to like figure it all out. I'm definitely going to do a giveaway. But girl, the subscriber count has reached like a standstill lately. So But that's okay. We will get there. But when we get to 10K, I want to give away like a skincare bundle. I want to give away like medical grade skincare that actually will change someone's life, because you guys know how I am about skincare, and I know some products that are like not that accessible, and they're medical grade, they're top of the line, and they work. So that's what I've been putting together. Well, I thought I was going to get to 10K faster, but so I've started using some of this stuff. But I will continue to, like, as we get closer to 10K, put together a bundle of medical grade products and whatever else we start getting, like in PR, as the PR continues to come and the brands continue to reach out. I'm going to be putting those things together in a big bundle for our 10K giveaway, which I don't know when that's going to be, but whenever it is, know that that's going to be the highlighted giveaway. That's going to be the best giveaway yet. So excited about that. Yeah.
Transfers available to the B44 Select Bus Service.
This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday. Happy Saturday. Last day of the week for me and for you, but for me especially because I worked Monday through today. So it's been quite a long one. So I am so excited to get this one over with. But we're starting it up. We're downtown, headed into work. Oh, the weather has been back and forth. I keep saying that. I sound like a broken record, but it's also just like really shocking. I have to take my stance on mushroom coffee back. This week I've really started feeling the effects of it. And to be quite honest with you, it is exactly as marketed. Now, my thing is I can't drink it because it doesn't taste good. So I've been mixing it in a smoothie. So I've been getting it every day. And the suggested use for the effects says that you should be using it for like 2 weeks straight, and then you'll start to like see the effects of it. So this is week 3 for me, and after having week 3 I can go back and say, okay, I started feeling the effects during week 2, but week 3 is like, that's the week. Brain fog, done. Being tired, having a midday crash, done. Getting home in the evening and feeling like I have no energy and just ready to go to bed, done. Having like this extreme appetite, done. Feeling bloated, done. Really happy about it. So I strongly suggest it. And if you cannot drink it, because I couldn't because of the taste, make yourself a smoothie, put it right on in your smoothie, and get you some of those benefits. And because I haven't felt like this in a really long time, I feel good, and I just want to keep it going. So I'm gonna have to order another bag of it because I'm at the very last drop, but no problem. And I also want to get some sea moss because I'm seeing that trend, and I did some research and that's supposed to be amazing too. So I'm just on like this health kick right now, like to be clear, have natural energy, not have a crash, not eat too much. Just like I want to feel good and light. So we're on that vibe right now, honey. When your body tells you that, you gotta get on it. And also, like, I don't feel bloated at all. Like at all. Like I'm realizing that like I am not feeling bloated. And that I'm usually always bloated after I eat. So, yes. Yes, ma'am. Saturday morning right now is giving calm before the storm. In just 1 hour, this street right here is going to be loaded. Loaded. Yeah, so that's that, guys. I just wanted to check in and say happy Saturday. Good morning. I'm going to try to come back later. If not, we'll pick up tomorrow. I doubt that the vlog will be out tomorrow, but it might be out tomorrow night or Monday. I don't remember the last time I attempted to post it on a Monday, but I don't, you know, right now with the way that YouTube is going, I don't really think it matters which day you post it on, as long as you have your subscribers.